Now, I want to go to Q in New York here in a moment. Q called in, heard me mention this in the last hour. We have the video for folks that are watching us on prisonplanet.tv or infowars.com/show on the free feeds. And I've seen these type of things happen before with police arresting or pulling guns on folks throwing snowballs, not at cars. I think I actually did that a few times, one of the few delinquent type things I did. New York, of course, it was neighbors, people I knew, so it actually kind of wasn't. I had the permission. I mean, they knew. I was like, I'm going to get you when you drive off. So I guess I wasn't a delinquent. Kind of wish I was, though. New York cop pulls gun on teens having snowball fight. The story's from PNAC. It's up on Infowars.com. Fearing for his life, a New York cop pulled a gun on a group of teens having a snowball fight. Don't bleeping move, guys. Have we bleeped this yet so we can play it?
Yeah, it's bleeped.
Okay, it's bleeped. Okay. Yep. The New Rochelle police officer can be heard on the video as he points his gun at youths who are down on their knees with their hands in the air. The cop proceeds to pat each of the youths down with one hand while holding the gun, continually telling them not to move. We saw the video up in New York last week where they pull the guys over and shoot them. I don't play these videos like to get a point in against the cops and, oh, let's get the cops and they're a bunch of scum. We don't need cowards who are so scared to death they pull guns on people for petty reasons and end up shooting innocent people. That's going to start a civil war in this country. We don't need the nanny state police out there that taser a father with no criminal record 27 times until he went limp and died. I got video of that. They put him in a hot car after they'd done it. He dropped his kids off, went for a bike ride, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They thought he might be a suspect. They just start tasering him, and they kill him. And the answer is, well, he's just a citizen. He's dead. No, these tasers make people have heart attacks. They're being overused. It's injustice. It's wrong. We all know it. It needs to stop. And when cops do the wrong thing, they need to get in trouble so there's then respect for good police, and they end up becoming the dominant force out there, not the thugs who are protected. You know who's targeted down most major departments? It's people that try to follow the Constitution. It's people that try to be public servants and not just revenue generators. It's a very dangerous trend. So let's play the clip of the Snowball situation. I'll give you a play-by-play if you're a radio listener and narrate it. Here it is.
Don't move, guys. Don't move.
So he says, don't effing move. Because they are snowball criminals.
They were having a snowball fight. This group of guys was having a snowball fight, and now the cop has a gun on them.
It's just the breakdown of society. And I get black people wanting to say, don't shoot, it's not illegal to be black. And I get there's some profiling things that are wrong that happen out there, but then George Soros funds $33 million to fund these groups to then go out and chant, kill the cops, and throw Molotov cocktails at them. It creates a society where everybody's killing each other. Why does the system want that? Because then you're not worried about Obamacare raising a bunch of taxes on you and doubling your prices for health care because you're busy hating white people, hating cops, hating black people. It's divide and conquer. It's very elementary. It's very simple. Very easy to understand. But can we become smart enough to deal with it and pull back from what's happening? Get the cops to de-escalate, get the public to de-escalate, and then to have a discussion about, do we want to be a free country? Is it good to be a free country? Is it good to have due process and private property? The answer is yes, and we're about to lose all that. Let's go to Q in New York. You say you live in the neighborhood there in New Rochelle. What are you hearing? What's your take on this? You called in about it.
Yeah, how you doing, Alex? Yeah, this is Q in Rochelle. Yeah, well, I agree with you. It is a breakdown of society, and it's a breakdown of my neighborhood. New Rochelle, traditionally, it's always been a place where we had community policing. I'm born and raised in New Rochelle, and because like a lot of the cops who were on the police force were from the neighborhood. They went to New Rochelle High School. They went through the school system. It's kind of like everybody knows each other kind of thing. We're a suburb, kind of like right outside the Bronx. And
but you're saying it has a flavor of Mayberry.
Well, not really. It's
by Mayberry, you know the cops.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, in that regard. But what I've noticed, Alex, like the past few years, there's been, well, first of all, in the particular neighborhood where the incident took place with the cop pulling out the gun on the young kids, I live on Sickles. That happened like the incident happened like on DeWitt, like, you know, kind of like that shoots off of Prince Street. But see, I drive around that corner all the time, and these kids are. You know, we had a lot of snowstorms here the past, 2 weeks, so these kids are doing a lot of snowball fighting, but they're not throwing snowballs at any of the cars that are driving by, because I drive by them.
You're saying you live there, you see them, they're having a good time. This is a total bull. I mean, it's not illegal to have a snowball fight, is what you're saying.
Exactly, and it's always been going on, but like I was saying, I've noticed in the past few years, they're bringing in cops who are not from the neighborhood.
You are watching the best of the Alex Jones Show, weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. Watch live at Infowars.com/show or become a member of InfoWarsNews.com and help us take resistance to the next level.